Good afternoon, everyone. This is Dr. P. Dilip Kumar Reddy, Professor, Department of Computer Science Engineering, Narasimha Reddy Engineering College. In this video, we'll learn what is meant by design process. Coming to the design process, the most important, it is organized in order of the development of the steps, typically following in creating the graphical system or website screens and pages. It is the design process. It is organizing in order of the development of the steps typically followed in creating the graphical system or website screen designing in pages. In the total 14 steps are presented, beginning with the known user client and ending with the discussions of the testing, In the design process, obstacles and pitfalls in the development of the part. The developing of the computer system is never easy. The part is illustrated with the obstacles and traps, many of them human in the nature. Nobody ever gets it right for the first time. Development is the chock full of surprises. Making contracts to ignore the change will never eliminate the need for the change. Good design requires living a sea of changes. Making the contractors to ignore changes will never eliminate the need for the change. The first five conditions listed with occur naturally because people are people, but a user as a developers. The common pitfalls in the design process exist because of the flawed design process, including the failure to address the critical design issues and improper focusing of the attention or development team organization of the failures. There are the few common pitfalls are no early analysis and understanding the user needs and expectations. A focusing on user designing feature or components, no usability testing, no common design team vision, pure communication between the members of the development of the team. And coming to there are the five commandments. To do the designing for the people. The first one is the gain a complete understanding of the users and their tasks. Second one is the select earlier ongoing user involvement. This means involving user from the beginning of the providers of the direct channel to know the challenges they possess about the jobs, tasks and needs. And next one is the perform rapid prototyping and testing. That is, prototyping is the testing will quickly identifying the problems and allows you to develop the solutions. Perform the rapid prototype and testing, we have to identify the problems and allows you to develop the solutions. Those should be a continuously performing during the all stages of the development to uncover of the all potential defects and modify and iterate the design as much as necessary. That is, design will proceed throughout the series of the stages of the problems that detected in the one stage may force the developer to revisit the previous stage. Next, last one is the designing the five commandments. Last one is the integrated the design of the all the system components. That is, the software and documentation, the help of the functions, all are important elements of the graphical system, website, should be developed by the concretely complex linkage, inadequate feedback, lack of system anticipation, inadequate error messages. These are the integrating the design of the all the system components. These are the 5 commandments for the designing for the people. First one is the gain the complete understanding of the user and their task. Next one is the solid earlier and ongoing user involvement. Next, performing the rapid prototyping and testing, and modify and interact the design as much as necessary. Last commandment is the integrating the design of the all the system components. Next, coming to the next one is the irritating characteristics. What is the meaning of the irritating characteristics? We have to learn the development of the process will focusing on the system usability. The few irritating characteristics are the visual clutter, impaired information readability, incomprehensible components. The first usability problems are the meaningless graphics and unnecessary wasteful decoration from the visual noise. Next, the impaired information readability, impaired interface readability, that is the page readability is dimensioned by the pure developer choices in typefaces, colors and graphics. And few usability characteristics are wasteful of the people time, often quite irrelevant. Inefficient operations, inefficient page scrolling, information overload, outdated information. These are the few irritating the characteristics, that is visual clutter, impaired information readability, incompressible components, anything distractions, that means animation, scroll, blinking the text, distract users the eye and attention, destroy the page readabilities. These are the irritating the characteristic. Confusing the navigation, that means we have to violate the expectations and results in distributing the unexpected behavior. Inefficient operations, some of the graphics maps, large chunky headings are the many colors, take longer to download the text. Next, coming to the next topic is the design team. There are the few design teams are there. The importance of the design team is the development human factors, visual design and usability assessment and training. These are the few important of the designing team. How these teams are in the action plan. The human action cycle is a psychological model that describes how people interact with the computer system. Why people have the trouble with the computers, like the psychology, physical and impartable people and their tips. These are the design team: development, human factors, visual design, usability assessment, documentation and training the computers. And human interaction with computer, how the understanding how people interact with computer, that characteristics of the computer system, past and present, they have caused and are causing people problems. We will look at the effect these problems are, why people have trouble with computers, what is the cure to responding to poor design, and people their task, and why the people have trouble with computers means that designing of the business has been responsibilities of the programmers, system analysis, system designer who possess extensive technical knowledge but little behavior in the training. Why people have trouble with computers means without extensive graphical capabilities, purely designed with the graphical capabilities, what makes system difficult to use in the eyes of the user, These are the why people have trouble with the computer. And also jargon, no obvious design. Uses of the jargon means It is the system speak in the strange language. Learning is the system often requires learning the new languages. And why people are more troubling means find distinctions, disparity in the problem solving strategies. You don't know the how to solve the problem strategies, and also design inconsistency. For example, say one keep right and left, and example not a legal and not a valid. These are the design inconsistency. These are why these are the people are troubling with computers. First one is the uses of the jargon, non-obvious design, fine distinction, disappearity in the problem solving strategies, and design inconsistency. Coming to the there are the responses in the pure design. There are the two one, that is the psychological and physical. The typical psychological responses to poor design are confusion and annoyance. The frustration and panic or stress or boredom. The confusion means they are the meaningful patterns are difficult to discover, and conceptual model or underlying the framework cannot be understood or established. Annoyance means roadblocks that prevent a task being completed or need from being satisfied promptly and efficiently lead to the annoyance. Inconsistency in design, slow computer reaction times, difficulties in quickly finding the information, outdated information are few of many things that many advanced users. These are the typically psychologically responses to the pure design. And first, frustration, any inability to easily convince one intention to the computer or inability to finish the task or satisfy need can cause the frustration. Panic or stress, that is the unexpectedly long delays during the times of the server or unusually pressure, many introducing the panic or stress. Some of the typically causes are unavailable systems or long responses time when the user is operating under a deadline. Boredom is the result from the improving the computer performance, that is slow responses times or long downloaded times or very simplistic jobs. These are the 5 responses to the pure design. Psychological, and in psychological we discussing about the confusion, annoyance and frustration, panic or stress and boredom. These are the psychological responses, dimensions, user effectiveness, because they are the 7 blocks to concentration. And next, coming to the physical. The physical responsible are the frequently lead to are accompanied by the following the physical reactions. The first one is the abandonment of the system, and second one is the partial uses of the system, indirect uses of the system, modifications of the task and compensatory activities, minutes of the system, and direct programming. The first one explain the abandonment of the system. That one is the abandonment of the system means the system is rejected and other information source are really upon. Okay, in this business system, that is common reaction of the managerial and personal with the web. Almost all user can exercise this option. Next, coming to the next one is the partial uses of the system. Partial uses of the system means only some of the position of the system capabilities are used. Usually those operations that are easiest to perform or that provide the most benefits. Next one is the indirect uses of the system. It is an intermediary is placed between the user and computer. Intermediary is placed between the user and the computer. Next, fourth one is the modifications of the task. The modification of the task is changed to match the capabilities of the system. Modification of the task, it is the task is changed to match the capabilities of the system. Compensatory activities, that is additionally actions are performed to the component for the system inadequate. Next, sixth one is the misuse of the system. The rules are abandoned to shortcutting the operational difficulties. Next one is the direct programming. Direct programming is the system is reprogramming by its user to meet the specific needs. That is the responsibility of the sophisticated worker. That people also know their task and importance of the characteristics and also the design and what are the balances is also there. This is the design and support of the implementation. They are the few responses to pure design is psychological and physical. In the psychological, responses are the confusion, annoyance, frustration, panic, stress and boredom. And also physical, abandonment of the system, partial uses of the system, indirect uses of the system, and modifications of the task, and complementary activities, and misuse of the system, and direct programming. The people and their task. The user in today offices and homes is usually overworked and continually interrupted. All computers used to do the following. They do not read the documentation. They do not understanding the problems well. They don't know the little about the what information is available to meet their needs. These are the people and their tasks. These are the important of the human-computer interaction in the designing process. Next video we discussing about the screen design, goals of the screen design, human-computer interaction, and how these navigations used in the visually pleasing composition and amount of the information. In this video we learn the what is meant by design process, human interaction with computer, importance of the human characteristics, human interaction speed, understanding of the business interaction, and also the how the design team are developing of the human computer interaction in this video. Next class we will discussing about the screen design video.